guys, welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, I want to thank all of my subscribers for, well, the ones who are being patient, for being patient with me these last couple weeks. I know I have not been posting as much as I, normally did. There is a reason. I don't know if I can get myself to really explain it on camera. Perhaps I will. I don't know for sure. It's still kind of something that I'm thinking about, but I don't know. So thank you to those of you who have been patient and so loving and kind and just, sending me non-stop love. I love you guys. I do see everything that you guys write me, and I try to write back and, favorite your tweets and respond and do the best that I can. I promise I'm trying. Just some stuff has gone down, but yeah, besides that, this video is going to be my, what month is it? April? March, April, May. This is going to be my April favorites because it's May 6th and I want to make this video before it turns into June out of nowhere, because that's what months seem to do nowadays. So I'm going to just jump in. I have a ton of products because I don't even remember the last time I did a favorites video, and I love doing favorites videos, and I've been seeing everyone else's favorites and have been wanting to go shopping really bad. So I have quite a bit of products. I've definitely been trying out some new stuff and have been loving a lot of the things that I've been trying. So much new makeup has come out, I feel like all these companies are just like bombarding me with all these giant collections, and I'm like, I don't even know where to begin. There's so much new amazing makeup. So hopefully I can introduce you guys to some of my favorites and maybe they will become your favorites. Okay, let me stop talking. Let's get into it. First, I will start off with what I have on my lips. Oh, one more thing, if you guys are wondering where this cute choker is from, it's from Nomadic Store. I will leave the link down below. I love their jewelry, and if you guys are wondering where these glass, I don't even know what to call these, plugs, I guess. These were a Christmas gift, so I don't really know if I could find exactly where I got these, but they have tons of cool glass things for stretched ears. If you just want to look that up on Google, you will find a lot. So yeah, anyways, what is on my lips today is a Lippie Stix from Colourpop. This is in the shade Tootsi, and it's like a mauve. It's like one of my favorite colors, and I love this color. It's got like that muted grayish, it's kind of like you have almost like a purple lip on. It's a very like grayy purple. I'm terrible at describing colors. But yeah, love Tootsi, and I love the formulation of these Lippie Stix because they're so incredibly creamy. They just go on so well, and they're very opaque, and they last quite a while. I think I put this on last at like, let's see, it's 7:45. I put this on at like 12, and I just had to reapply like an hour ago. So it lasted a good like 6 hours. So yeah, Tootsi has been a favorite of mine, and I may or may not be creating something with them. So sticking with the Colourpop theme, another favorite of mine has been their blushes. Holy crap, guys, these are so awesome. They're cheap, they're really pigmented, but not too pigmented, because they're kind of that weird creamy formula. So like one dab in, you're literally gonna be like, okay, there's nothing here. But that's kind of what I love about them. They're pigmented, but not so much where you get a giant blob of color and then you have to like spend 3 hours blending it out. This is so buildable, and what I love most about it is that it goes on even. It's not patchy. When I first tried this, I tried it with my fingers because I think that might be what it says to do, and I wasn't crazy about them. I was like, yeah, I don't really like doing cream blushes because every time I do try to use a cream blush with my fingertips, it always looks patchy and it always clings to like different areas of my skin that has texture, and I don't like that. I like powdered blushes because of the fact that they go on so even. So I didn't really think that I was gonna like these, and I really didn't like them when I used them with my fingers. But then I decided to use it with my holy grail blush brush, which is the ItCosmetics one, and these are a match made in heaven. Just like a couple dabs and it's beautiful. So yes, I love these. A couple of my favorites are Trickery, Prenup, and Fox. and Birthday Soup, but I don't know where that one's at. So yeah, these are awesome. I'll go back to my lip products since I started with those. So, oh, I'm so excited for this one. This has been definitely a favorite for like the past month. Ever since I got this, I've been trying out, because I got the whole collection. These are the NYX High Voltage lipsticks. I got these when I went to California, and I've been like trying out each one. This is hands down my favorite one. These lipsticks are awesome, and I don't just like this one because of the color. I like this one for literally everything about it. Highly recommend the High Voltage lipsticks from NYX. They're pretty cheap, and you know, they're just awesome. I love them so much. This one is called Stone, and this is such an interesting color. I don't really know how to describe it. It's like a tan. Let me swatch it real quick. It's definitely a nude, but it's like a tan. It's got a little bit of a mauve undertone. It's like, I don't know, it's so hard to explain, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's like my favorite type of nude. I love the nudes with like brownie, grayish mauve undertones to it. I know that those I know that those aren't like the exact same thing, but yeah, this is what it looks like. You can barely really see it, but it's so stunning. If you know, come by one of these in a store or something, definitely swatch it. I think you will really like it if you love like darker nudes. Oh, just perfect, perfect. I take this with me everywhere. Even when I wear other lip colors, I'm like, I'm probably gonna switch to this like throughout the night. So yeah, this has definitely been a favorite for the month of April. Another favorite is this lip liner by Jordana. I don't own a lot of things from Jordana because I can never find it. I know they're in Walgreens, I think, but I don't have a Walgreens near me, and I never go to Walgreens. I always go to CVS, and they don't carry Jordana, so I never have anything. So I ended up ordering these online. I got a couple of different ones. I got Tawny, because that one's so famous, and I like Tawny, but I definitely like this one a little bit more. This one is called Rock and Rose, and it's like, it's not really rosy at all. It's more of a nude. Like, I definitely pair this with my nude like lipsticks. It's definitely, I don't know why they called it Rock and Rose, because it's really not rosy at all. It's very similar to this lipstick, so it's definitely a nude. I am wearing it with the Tootsi lipstick, so it's very universal. You could pair it with a nude, or you can kind of pair it with something like Velvet Teddy, or anything with like a mauve undertone like Tootsi has. Well, I don't really know if it has a mauve undertone. Anything that's like, I guess you could pair with something rosy, but I don't know. I like it with nudes, and this has just been a favorite lip liner. And yeah, this is called Easy Liner for Lips, retractable pencil, and it's retractable. Yep. Next favorite is this Eyeko VisualEyes liquid eyeliner. This has been my go-to liquid liner. I also really enjoy the Jessie's Girl liquid eyeliner in just black. These are both just black, but this one, I really enjoyed this for a long time, but now my tip, now my tip is like, I don't know, it's like fraying, and it's really hard to get like a perfect line, and I don't know. The Jessie's Girl one is a little bit more black than the Eyeko one, but the Eyeko tip is so thin. It's like what I do to get my perfect like winged liner, and I just love it. It doesn't come out the best as like you use it over time, which most liners kind of, they don't dry out, but they just like get a little bit harder to, you know, it doesn't come out perfectly when you put it on. And that's like what happened to the Jessie's Girl one too, and that's why it's not in my favorites, because I loved it at first, but now I like barely pick it up because the end got all weird. But this one I have been using still, and it's still been going good for me. It does take a little bit longer to like come out, but I don't know if you can see, it's pretty black. It's just super precise, and that's what I love most about it, and that's why it's in my favorites, because it just helps me to get my wing really, really perfect. Next favorite is this, ooh, I'm obsessed with this. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the color Taupe. I mentioned this in my last video because it's what I used on my brows, and this has been all I've been using. I don't use a powder anymore. I don't use anything else but this baby. This has been like a lifesaver. I can do my brows in like 2 seconds now, when before I was like, you know, doing powder and like pencil and blah blah, and I was just doing so much, and now I guess I'm more into like the natural looking brow. So yeah, like I don't really hate if there's like space in between. I don't know, I think they look a little bit more natural than they did, and I'm just kind of digging it right now, and it's because of this product. This is in the color Taupe, and like I said in the last video, This is a great color for blondes. They do have a blonde one that I have, and I don't prefer it. I definitely like the taupe color better for my hair color, at least, because I do have my roots showing right now. And I don't know, I just think it matches perfectly and it gets the job done in like 2 seconds. It's just super, super tiny. I mean, the tip is like, it's wonderful. I can just whip on my brows like it's nothing. What's next? Okay, oh my gosh, so many products I've been obsessed with, like unhealthily obsessed with. Okay, so this is the ItCosmetics. What is this? This is it's like a duo. I looked on the website and I could not actually find this because I got this sent to me when I did my whole ItCosmetics video, and if you haven't seen that, it shows me using this product. But holy crap, okay, I'm only gonna talk about one side of this product. So if they sell it like separately, I'm definitely buying it by itself because there's like, I'm literally almost out because it's so, like, I did not get a lot of product in this little duo. So if I can find this by itself, I'm buying like 10. So what I'm talking about is the ItCosmetics Hello Light Liquid Brightener. And this is in Light Radiance, and this product has been my life lately. So what I do is I like to put my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, because on the other side is the Bye Bye Under Eye, which I do like. It's a thicker concealer, like a very thick under eye concealer. So for those of you with super bad dark circles, this would be awesome for you. But I don't really have that bad of dark circles, so I like to just use my lighter concealer, like my MAC Pro Longwear, or I don't know, like the Maybelline Fit Me or something. And then, so I barely, instead of highlighting with the concealer, I only put the concealer like in a couple dots right under my eyes, and then I use the brightener and I do the whole triangle thing. And I put this on my forehead and the bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, and chin. Now, how to explain this? I've been thinking about this product so much that I've already, like, you know, come up with how to explain it in my head. So all I can think to say about this product is that it's weightless. Like, it doesn't have a lot of coverage, but it's literally liquid light, if that makes any sense. When I put it on, it like melts away into my skin so that you can barely even see it, but when you like, it literally is like bringing the light onto your face. It is a true brightener, like the most true brightener product that I've ever come across. You know, a lot of products say like, oh, it's a brighten, and you know, it has like all these light particles and stuff, and then you put it on and you're just like, okay, it looks like makeup, you know? This actually looks like it has some kind of weird magic inside of it, and the light is actually being cast on your face, and it actually highlights your face. I'm wearing it today. I don't know if you can like tell. I've had my makeup on since like wee early in the morning, so I'm not gonna talk about that. However, this is amazing. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. I've been obsessed with this brightener. It's so beautiful. I use it with a beauty blender. I've never tried it with a brush, but this with a beauty blender, just under the eyes, everywhere, it just like glistens, and it's nice and fresh and beautiful and radiant, and like, it's actually those terms. Like, sometimes I just say those because like it makes sense to say them, but this is actually all of those adjectives, like in a little liquid. It's amazing. I'm gonna shut up about it, but I'm gonna try to find this somewhere else because I could not find it on the website when I looked. Next favorites are the new MakeupForever primers. I got sent like all of them. They have like a ton of different colors. I think there's 10 total, and they have some for like radiance, color correcting, smoothing, mattifying, hydrating, nourishing. Like, they came out with a whole line of primers, and I have been trying them out all month, and I've come up with my 2 favorite ones that I actually wear together. I think they work great alone, but I like to just go dunk 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 dunk, like all together, and then mix them. And what I'm talking about is the smoothing primer, and this is the step 1 in the gray bottle, and then the hydrating one. So this is step 1 base hydrant or hydrating primer. These 2 together is like the perfect mix, because with me, like, I want my skin to look smooth, but when I use like smoothing, mattifying primers, it clings onto my dry patches and it makes me look dry. So that's why I like mixing in this hydrating one, so it kind of cancels out that dryness that some smoothing slash mattifying, you know, primers can create, at least for me. So yeah, these 2 together has made my skin look flawless. Like, I remember the other day I was putting my foundation on and I was like, why does my foundation look so good today? And then I realized that I had put these on before, and it was like the first time that I tried these, and I was like, it has to be those primers. And sure enough, it was, because I kept using it and my foundation has looked awesome ever since I started using these. So yes, big fan of the MakeupForever primers. And I think these are kind of expensive, so I don't know, maybe if you're just looking to get one, I'd probably get the well, I guess it depends on your skin type. If you have dry skin, get the hydrating one, and if you just have like a lot of texture and you want, you know, smooth canvas, then get the smoothing one. But definitely recommend both of these out of the whole 10, you know, product line. Okay, almost done. I'm trying to like talk fast but not too fast to where it's annoying. So next favorite is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I was very surprised to like this as much as I do because I do not like the Maybelline Fit Me Original. It makes me way too oily, and I think that that foundation is much better for dry skin. I know Kathleen has dry skin and she likes the Maybelline Fit Me, and I have combo oily skin and I don't like it. So that's what I'm guessing. Let me know if there's, you know, in-betweens or whatnot. But the matte and poreless, I really like this stuff. I mean, I definitely do get oily after about 5 to 6 hours, but that is so typical for me for basically any foundation that it doesn't bother me. If you're super oily, I don't know, I guess if you guys are super oily and if you tried this, and you know, let me know your thoughts. But I've been liking this, and I have combo, like I have really combo skin. Like I have dry patches and then I get oily throughout the day, so it's really weird. But this is the normal to oily one, and I'm in the shade 220 Natural Beige, and I really like it. I mean, it goes on super smooth. It's definitely poreless. I wouldn't say it's like super matte. I would say it has more of a demi matte finish, and I don't get oily as fast as the original, so I've been enjoying this. I like to mix this with the CoverGirl 3-in-1, and that's kind of been my go-to foundation lately, and I've been enjoying it, so I just thought I would stick this in here because I don't really mention good foundations that often because I don't really find good foundations that often, so yeah. Okay, second to last product is the Sonia Kashuk Rich Bronze Cream Bronzer. This is in number 42. It's the darkest. They have 2 of these, and originally I bought the lighter one and I liked it, but it was a little bit too orangey looking on me, so I prefer the rich one because it's darker, but I think it's a little bit less orange than the first one. So I've really been enjoying this one, especially for summer. I don't typically like cream bronzers because normally I'm so pale that anytime I put a cream bronzer on, I just look muddy and orange, and so I've kind of strayed away from cream bronzers and cream blushes pretty much, but I love this bronzer. This is what I used on almost all of my prom clients, and it looked stunning on them. This gives you such a natural sun-kissed kind of look, and I like to contour like all over. I know you're not really supposed to contour with it, but I definitely do put it in all the, you know, contouring spots all over the forehead and the cheekbones, and it looks so beautiful and natural, and it goes on even. It's not all patchy, and you know, it's really easy to blend. I love using this product most with the Sigma Angled Kabuki F84. These 2 products together is a match made in heaven. This brush is just perfect because it's rounded, but it's still so dense that it gets a lot of the product, and it just blends it out so nicely. So these 2 together, highly recommend if you're looking for a great cream bronzer. I like this one a lot. Okay, last but not least is another product by ItCosmetics. Ever since I did my ItCosmetics video, I've just been continuing to use all the products because as you can tell by the video, I really enjoyed a lot of them, and I enjoy them 10 times more now because obviously I've been using them, and that was like a first impressions video. But this ItCosmetics Live, Love, Laugh Vitality Face Disc with Drops of Light technology, which there's definitely drops of light in that brightener. But this is what it looks like. It has a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. All 3 of these products, gold. Just brilliant. Sorry guys, I'm blinding you. These products are so good. I've probably reached for this every single day. This bronzer is hands down my favorite bronzing, like true bronzing bronzer, if that makes sense. Like not a contouring bronzer, but just a true, like kind of like a MAC Give Me Sun bronzer that I've ever used. Since I am fair, I found that most bronzers make me look orange, and so this one does not make me look orange. and it's not even the color that I love. I mean, I do love the color because it looks so natural. I cannot say it enough. It looks so natural. But what I love about this is that I use my Sigma large angled contour, and I can literally go like this and like put this on my cheeks, and there's like nothing there. Like, not nothing there in a bad way, but like this is not so pigmented to where you have to like constantly blend out your bronzer. I don't know if I'm making sense, but like I just love this because it's buildable. Like I can go like this and I can build up my bronzer to make it look more natural, because normally when I try to bronze up my face, I just look muddy and gross and I don't like it. I don't really like using bronzers. I like to contour, and that's kind of it. I just kind of like to blend out my contour, but I don't ever really bronze my face and then go in with a contour. But ever since I got this, I've definitely been bronzing up my face, and it's been like that extra step. And I'm telling you guys, my face has been looking so good lately. I've just been loving like my new face routine. It's so beautiful, and if you guys want me to do like a whole video on it, I will, because I've been obsessed with like the way my skin and like just my overall foundation routine kind of thing has been looking. But aside from the bronzer, like I would buy this palette again just for the bronzer. But good thing I don't need to, because these two are so good too. The blush is beautiful. It has a nice sheen to it, and it's not too pigmented. Like you only need like one drop, and it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a beautiful peachy color, and it has like a little bit of shimmer in it, but not too much to where you're gonna look glittery or anything. It's beautiful. It makes you look very healthy, and this highlight is what I've been wearing in all of my Instagram photos where my cheekbones have looked so glowy and dewy, and everyone's like, oh my god, what highlighter are you using? Finally, I've been giving my Becca Moonstone a break, and I've just been using this. This is a highlighter that gives you that true wet look. It's not super, obviously it's shimmery because it's a highlighter, but it really makes you look like you're glistening almost, and I love it. It's definitely what I've been wearing in all of my photograph makeup. Like when I'm doing makeup and I know I'm gonna take a photograph with it, I always put this like right here, because I know it's gonna cast off that really nice shine, and it's so pretty. This thing is a bomb product. Like, so good. Definitely get your hands on this if you can. I don't know how much this is. It's probably pricey because it's ItCosmetics, but it's worth it. So that is it for my April favorites. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was very, very excited to film this because, like I said, I've been obsessed with these products, and I've been so like eager to just tell you guys about them, because I want you guys to have these and experience their greatness like I have for the last month. So that's the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know what you think. And again, sorry for being kind of MIA the past probably like couple months actually. Yeah, I'm really sorry, but I know that you guys are awesome, and some of you have been so patient, so loving, so gracious, and for that I do thank you. And yeah, until next time, I will see you and talk to you later.